to you as the collective, as we're all just really going through it with everything that's happening energetically, astrologically, physically, emotionally, mentally. There's a lot happening, right? And as I was sitting out here just in meditation, trying to stay very grounded today because this eclipse energy has been a lot for me. I will tell you that. I have taken on a lot of energies. I've been transmuting a lot of energies, and it's not been the easiest thing to stay grounded during this time. And as I was sitting here in meditation and thinking about my high vibe tribe and the collective and everything that we're all just growing through, this huge cloud like came over the sun. And it's just a reminder that, sometimes even after some of our brightest days, we will face some darkness. But in looking at this beautiful sky and looking at this horizon, right, there's all these gorgeous colors now that are easier to be seen because of the darkness, because of that cloud. And so it's just a reminder during this eclipse when, we're in the middle of this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day, and then darkness comes around, that it is temporary, that it doesn't last forever, and that it will also let you see things in a much new light, right? That's the energy right now. It's about us seeing things in a new light. It's about changing your perspective. It's about healing and growing and looking at the darkness and not being afraid of it, right? We give darkness such a bad rap, but it's like we're created in the womb of the mother. It's dark during that time, right? God created the earth, and then he said, and let there be light, right? There was always darkness in the midst of our creations, right? Things that are done in the dark are not necessarily bad things. And yes, there is some badness that comes with everything, but there's badness that comes with the light as well, right? The story of Lucifer. He was one of God's most beloved angels, right? An angel of light, and used that light in the wrong way. So this isn't a conversation about religion. This is a conversation about your light. This is a conversation about changing your perspective. This is a conversation about using these energies, this eclipse energy, this retrograde energy, right? And retrograde is always about what? Reflection, retrospection, reevaluating, right? Reconfiguring our lives, getting some rest, right? Taking a step back and seeing, is this still the path that I want to go on? Am I in alignment with my highest and greatest good, or does something need to change? Or maybe I need to just see how far I've come and stop trying to push to the next level, right? Sometimes we need to stop and pause and just take a minute. Many of us are climbing up our mountains, whatever that means for you, right? But as you climb your mountain, as you're walking, as you're pushing forward, sometimes you need to stop at those little plateaus and take a look around, right? Take a look around. See where you're at. See what's changed. See how far you've gone. And realize that you have made some steps, right? You're not in the same position that you were before because you're moving forward, whether that step is a small one or a large one. So just take this moment today, or take a moment when you can, to just do some deep breathing, to do some grounding, to be one with yourself, to hear your own thoughts, to be kind to yourself, to do something that's for self-care and self-love and self-reflection and self-introspection, right? It's all about being the best version of yourself. It's all about honoring yourself and your path. This eclipse energy has been a lot for me, and not just the eclipse, just Aries season in general. Since I just had my birthday, it's my solar return, and as we always head to our solar returns, we grow through a lot of things. And I've had a lot of challenges and upheavals, and I'm still in the midst of some very dark moments, but the sun is coming out, and the sun has come back out in my life, and I know that, and I see that, and that's why I'm sharing this with you. It's like, you're not alone. You're not the only one going through something. You're not the only one hurting. You're not the only one tired. You're not the only one confused and lost and scared and, suffering, or, maybe you're homeless, or maybe you're sleeping with the enemy, or maybe you just feel disempowered, or maybe you just can't get physically well. Like, we're all going through different things, but know that you're not alone. There are things that you can do to love yourself. There are things that you can do to move forward. There are people that you can talk to, and I'm not saying like, hey, you need to go get like a therapist or something. I'm saying that, like, yes, you do need to love yourself. It's so funny because I just kind of paused to let this like beach truck to go by to kind of sort things in front of me, And as that happened, like the internet went out, you know? So it was like, even when these interruptions are coming in our life, they're temporary. They're temporary. And maybe your temporary season has felt like a long time. I know that mine has. I know that mine has. I know that what I'm growing through is on the other side of this is delicious, but it fucking sucks right now. I'm not gonna say that it doesn't. Right? I hate it. It sucks. Like, but I understand why. I understand the purpose. I understand the big picture. I understand the blessing. I understand the glory, the grace of God, right? I understand, you know, all the wonderful things that are growing in my life right now. So, you know, it doesn't feel good, but, and as we're all extensions of God, you are good too. So find the good in your day. Find a moment. Find a blessing. Find something to bring joy into your life, to change your vibration, right? You may not be able to solve all your problems right now, but you can do something that's going to bring some joy into your life, right? You can laugh. You can watch some comedy. You can go for a run, go for a walk. You can outside and get some air and connect with a tree or something like that. I grew up in New York City, and so me having to go outside and trying to ground my energies and just to be the best version of myself, right? Like, that is great. So I would have to like people literally, and I'm like literally like hugging a tree. I'm not like saying like, oh, I'm a tree hugger. Like, I'm literally outside in the middle of Harlem in the fucking hood, hugging, like trying to find a tree where there's not a lot of dog shit around, just like hold on to it. I hug this shit and I save lives. So like, it's either a hug the tree or be very joyful to ground your energy, right? I'm at the beach right now. I have to work in a few hours. It was a challenging morning. But I was like, you know what? I'm not going to let this ruin my day. Like, I'm not. And I know that there's a lot going on. And I had to spend a lot of time out and about over the weekend. And the amount of energies that I was transmuting was exhausting. And literally to the point where I came in the house and my kids were like, are you okay? And I'm like, no. And I laid on the floor and I just laid there. And I told them, get your feet to the earth. You know, if not an absence of bath or